What size sump pump do you need for your home? Imagine your basement as a sponge soaking up water during heavy rain. The right sump pump is like a quick sponge wringer, removing water fast enough to keep your space dry. But how do you choose the perfect size? It all depends on a few key factors. First, measure the vertical distance from the bottom of your sump pit to where the water exits outside. This is called the vertical lift or head. Next, measure how far horizontally the water needs to travel from the sump pit to the discharge point. Both these measurements impact how much power your pump needs. Then, think about how much water your sump pit collects during heavy rain. This is your inflow volume. You want a pump that can handle that volume comfortably. For most homes, a flow rate of about 14 gallons per minute per 1,000 square feet of home area on sandy soil works well. If your soil is denser clay, you might need around 8 gallons per minute per 1,000 square feet because water drains more slowly. When it comes to horsepower, which shows how strong the pump is, a 1/3 horsepower pump usually does the job for average-sized homes with moderate water tables and lifts of 7 to 10 feet. If your water table is higher or you have longer pipe runs of 30 to 150 feet, a 1/2 horsepower pump is better. It can move about 35 to 40% more water than a 1/3 horsepower pump. For homes in flood-prone areas, with basements that flood often or lifts of 20 to 30 feet and pipe runs of 150 to 250 feet, a 3/4 to 1 horsepower pump is best. These larger pumps handle higher lifts and longer distances more effectively. Keep in mind that the size of your discharge pipe also matters. Using 1.5-inch diameter pipes is common, but bends and elbows create resistance. Each 90-degree bend adds the equivalent of several extra feet of pipe length, making the pump work harder. To sum up, start by measuring the vertical lift and horizontal distance. Then estimate how much water comes in during heavy rain. Think about your soil type and home size to determine the needed flow rate. Finally, pick a pump horsepower that matches these needs. Usually, a 1/3 horsepower pump works for average conditions, a 1/2 horsepower for moderate demands, and a 3/4 to 1 horsepower for tough conditions. Choosing the right size ensures your sump pump can keep up with water inflow, protecting your home from flooding and water damage.